some for his decision to reopen the Clinton email case. Nearly 100 former federal prosecutors and high-ranking Department of Justice officials have slammed Comey in a joint letter to Attorney General Loretta Lynch. Joining us right now is former Democratic presidential candidate and former Ohio Congressman Dennis Kucinich, also former Georgia Congressman and Trump supporter Jack Kingston. Good to see you both. Thank you so much for joining us, gentlemen. Congressman Kucinich, let me kick this off with you. Your reaction to that letter?
Well, you know, my concern is how close it is to the election. Look, with this email investigation, I don't think there was any doubt, notwithstanding what Mr. Comey had said months ago, that there was going to be a continuation of it. And I don't think that it's in the interest of the American people to have the FBI whispering in their ear as they're going in to vote, hey, there might be some criminal activity here.
Okay.
You know, it's possible, but Congress can deal with that after the fact.
So are you saying that you would have
somebody
preferred,
can win an election?
Are you saying you would have preferred Jim Comey to not do anything and then let the country find out after Hillary Clinton is the president?
I'm saying that when you have information and you don't even describe it, you just say, well, we may have something. Essentially, that's what they said. We don't know what's in there. Hey, wait a minute. This is like reading a Franz Kafka novel. You have to have it. If you have something, say what you have, then the people can make their decision. But the lack of specificity makes this ominous, and frankly, it could change the outcome of the election. There's no question about that.
Well, they needed a warrant to go through all the emails. Congressman Kingston, let me ask you about that. I mean, some people are saying he should have done his job 6 months ago, rather than taking us all the way up to the doorstep that she was so careless with her handling of security information, but not going over the line and saying, yeah, I am recommending charges. Did he fail in his job initially?
Well, you know, I think absolutely there's some question about it, and there has been question about this all along. Dennis and I served with Trey Gowdy and Jim Sensenbrenner. These are really serious people. They saw all kinds of red flags that why did the FBI ignore this, ignore that. You know, and then I want to point out also on this letter, where was this outrage when Bill Clinton met with Loretta Lynch on an airplane in a very public type meeting? That is totally unprecedented as well. But, you know, this has happened before. It also happened to our colleague Kirk Weldon in 2006. High visibility.
Right.
And Dennis, you'll remember Ted Stevens, the same sort of thing. The FBI.
Absolutely. I remember what they did to Stevens. I remember what they did to Kurt Weldon. That's why I'm saying, hey, be careful here.
How about Caspar Weinberger being indicted right before the 1992 election? And it's essentially sort of implicating then President Bush in the Iran-Contra affair, which Bill Clinton on the campaign trail used to his advantage. The indictment later dropped.
Yes, and you know, I think the other thing that we still have to get back to is Huma Abedin said she turned over all of her emails. Now we're finding it may be as many as 650,000. You know, so much of this could have been avoided if Hillary Clinton did, in fact, do what she said she was going to do, which was cooperate and turn over all the emails. It's obvious that they did not, and now because of WikiLeaks or because of disgruntled FBI investigators within the Bureau, there's a lot of pressure on Comey and others. And we really don't know what WikiLeaks is going to disclose in the next few days. There may be more, maybe they won't. But I do think Comey was in a damned if you do and damned if you don't position.
Well, hey, this Tony, for you, Dennis. Dennis, look, our friend Kurt Weldon went through a lot when he suffered the announcement of the FBI investigation. He ended up losing the election to Joe Sestak, as you know.
Yes.
And let's be clear on this. Kurt was never charged. The innuendo itself was sufficient. But let me say this in defense of what I think Comey's doing here. I've heard rumors that there may be things like espionage. The word espionage was used in some of the folks I was talking to Friday. So, Dennis, don't you think that despite everything that's happened in the past, that if this is something where you have the E word included, wouldn't that rise to the level of Comey having to do something now?
Well, here's the problem. You're talking about doing something based on rumors. If there's something specific, let the American people know. But the fact that it's infiltrating the media with sources say, with the possibility there might be something, hey, wait a minute, we're electing a president. If you've got something, say it. On the other hand, if you're not sure, don't talk about it. I want to go back to the Curt Weldon case. Curt Weldon was a fine member of Congress.
Absolutely.
He was smeared by the FBI. It cost him the election. And you know what? I'm saying this isn't a partisan matter. We've got to be careful how the great power of the Justice Department is used on the eve of an election. It could turn on an election.